Look at the coffee cup.
Okay,
That is cool.
started.
Hi, all. I'm Patty, owner of Facor. This is my co host, Pyle, and our guest today, Jennifer Elliott.
Yay!
Hello.
I think most of you know Jenny because she's usually on the host side of this. But we decided we wanted to ask her questions for a change. So, what does it feel like to be an author? I didn't mean to scare you
She's
off.
shy. Gee, criminy. She's shy.
There you go. I'm not trying to leave. I'm thinking if I turn off my camera, it might work. So, hi. I'm glad to be here. And I didn't hear a word you said because, well, as Kyle said, internet hates me.
Oh,
So,
I asked you
how
how
do
it
you like
felt
being
to be
behind the
an
wheel?
author. It just went plop. And it's like, oh, should I scare her off?
It was my dream since I was a teenager to be an author and to have my book sold at Barnes and Noble. You know what you have helped me accomplish? That I have been able to buy one of my books at Barnes and Noble.
That's awesome.
So
So, what are you writing now?
I'm in the process of editing 3 of the transition stories. One, this lady has died by a pool, and after going to a haunt with her friends, her heart just gives out and she dies while laying in one of the reclining deck chairs by the pool at the place where they're staying. The other one, this man has passed away in his bed and he doesn't know it. So he gets up and he goes to try to have coffee with his best friend. She doesn't see him, so she goes and looks for him. And I can't remember what the third one is, but there's another one I'm working on. But yeah,
It's a whole lot to hold in your head, so it's understandable if without looking at it you can't remember. A lot of people only have one thing or two things in their head at a time. So,
I wish.
unless you're like us.
Yeah.
Then, well, remembering becomes a problem, but having them in your head does not. Um,
oh yeah, when I'm trying to write them, they're crystal clear. Right now, they're not so much.
yeah. What is your favorite drink?
That's a hard one.
Is it?
Coffee or Dr. Pepper? I'm not sure which is better.
I think it would probably depend on the mood because part of it's the heat outside, the heat inside, that sort of thing too. But
Oh
even
yeah.
then, iced coffee exists for a reason.
Not on my menu.
Not on your
So,
menu?
I
no,
have
no. So,
drank hot caramel macchiatos on 100 degree day,
Yeah.
it doesn't stop me.
Oh, I drink my hot coffee on hot days too. But the funny thing is, when it starts getting cold outside, I start wanting ice cream. When it starts getting hot outside, I start wanting coffee. And I'm constantly told that that is so weird. But it's like, why? It's just me setting my body temperature to the
It,
right tone.
it's
So
about
I do
normal
have
for
a
me
question.
personally. Yay.
My question is, as far back as your memory allows you to actually say, "Hey, memory," um, what was the first book that you can actually remember getting read to you, or that you read?
Um, First book I remember like reading purposely just because I wanted to was Star Rigger, generally because it was about a space trucking company. I know, shocker if you know me. I love trucking and I love space trucks. Anastasia? A story about Anastasia is like the first thing I remember being read to me. And I
Very
don't
awesome.
think it was the Princess Anastasia. I think it was a kid named Anastasia after learning something from her mom.
I didn't even know there was another book that had the name Anastasia. So there's something I'm learning right there. Um, I
Same.
could tell you from a person that doesn't have the best reading level and this and that. My favorite, and I can remember reading it and wanting to read it because I memorized it and I got away with grading it because I remember it, was Mrs. Wishy Washy. Just saying. And
I
I
don't think
found
I've
that
ever heard of
book.
that one either.
Oh my gosh. It basically is a woman that all she does is wishy washy and washes clothes. And yeah, after I memorized it, of course, that was my favorite book because I could read a book.
I can understand that. Um, I think for me, my
Yes.
first one was The Secret Garden by Frances Hodges Burnett. So my grandmother handed it to me as I started first grade. I was having trouble with making friends, and she handed me that book and said, "If you have a book, you'll always have a friend." And whether that was good advice or not is up to speculation, but that has always been my favorite book since because of it.
I love that book.
It's a
I
wonderful
have my
book.
original copy and then I bought a really pretty copy for Cassie for her backpack. And the one with the movie version with Mrs. McGonagall in it is my favorite one because I just like
Absolutely.
that actress.
Yes. Dame. Oh, shoot.
Maggie
I knew
Smith.
her name. Yes. Thank you. I knew her name, but the minute I said Dame, it just went out of my head.
Whereas that's how I remembered it. You said Dame, and I'm like, ooh, Maggie Smith.
So, what's the most recent book that you have read? Or I'll even
Um,
go and say, or on Audible.
the
That's
most
part of
recent
reading.
book,
Most
most
recent.
recent book on Audible that I read is In Search of Demons: Historical Cases of First-Hand. Um, Hold on, it's being stupid. Historical cases of first-hand experts and skeptics alike by Richard Estep.
I think I've read that book. It's been a while, but I think I've read that.
I love that paramedic. He is one of my favorite paramedics ever. And he likes to guest haunt at Asylum 49.
My most recent, and people might be like, "What the heck?" The five dysfunctions of a team.
Hmm.
Hmm. Did it help?
It actually gave me a lot to think about and a lot to look into, and after listening to it and understanding how everything was, it's I'm trying my hardest to take those and use them in the things I do. So yeah, I mean, I like it. It's very interesting and it gives you things to think about. It's not something I believe that you're going to sit down and read alongside of the beach.
Well,
Cool.
I honestly don't do Audible because for me that actually is more distracting. Because what I'll do is I will sit there and instead of hearing the words, it'll become background noise. So I won't read it. I'll just have background noise. Music does the same thing. It becomes background noise. So um, I do Kindle or physical books. And
I do
the
all
one
of the
I'm
above.
the one that I am currently reading was a birthday gift, an early birthday gift from my son called, I'm bringing it up now because I cannot remember the entire name. Fireflies, s'mores, and that time I accidentally almost started a fairy war.
No, that's actually funny.
Yeah, the author is neurodivergent and she puts a lot of neurodivergent and LGBTQ representation in her books. So, um, that also brings up a question. What type of representation is in your stories, if any?
If you had
And
asked
it's
me a
okay.
question, I had ripped out.
What type of representation do you feel like is in your stories?
Um, the representation of different types. You have those, of course, the medium type of like the mediumship of seeing and hearing ghosts, or due to my daughter, I have added well, I have added lesbian representation in two of my stories. The disabled, I have this. You have the disabled representation of in my stories. Well, I would like to think they're all a little bit neurodivergent because I don't know how to write normal people because I am not normal.
Neurodivergent is normal, honey. It's just the neurotypical have this propaganda campaign saying that we're not.
I would like to think that. I think I do believe that. But and entities that are not humans but do work to help humans, like Fae and whatever you would call death. Because you have seen Serena.
Right. I've always considered death
Hey,
perhaps a
buddy.
hey, Mike. I've always
We still
considered
need to
death
get you
perhaps
on
a
here.
level of the divine, maybe.
Okay, then I have divine representation. Oh, and I have a goddess because she kept she wouldn't leave me alone. There was a goddess, and the goddess confused you too as much, probably as much as it confused me because I did not
Probably.
understand why she wouldn't leave me alone. And I am grateful she didn't. I'm grateful. Don't take that as a not understanding. Ooh, am I working on a longer piece? It's all cohesive. All of it's the same world. So technically, it's a group of short stories that shows you different aspects of each person's part in the whole world, if that makes sense. It
I
all comes
do,
together, so to speak.
yeah, I do know that we're publishing a poetry book by you in the next couple of months, right?
Yes, it is full of different things, like from the prompt that you shared, you gave me. It is full of poetries that are odes to other people, like reciprocal poetry, as you called it, and even a couple of love poems to my husband.
Which is
Oh,
I like
always
to
a
think it'll
fun
be
thing.
good.
Yes, I thought it was good. Of course, I've
He
already
liked the book.
seen the gist of it. It's just we've got to get it publishing state. I've seen what you're putting in it, but now we got to get it to the pretty state for publishing.
everything I
Uh,
work or I create, there's a lot of makeup that needs to go into my. If we're going to
So,
call it pretty,
hey, that goes in for quite a few authors. You'd be surprised at how much editing goes into making a work publishable. And
I
it's
can see
not
that.
just your work. So,
I can see that. I'm just saying, mine's more like the construction on I-75. I'm not quite sure when it'll ever truly be done, but people just use
is
it
it
and
supposed to
send
be?
it out.
that's part of the fun. If it's something that you feel is ongoing, then that's part of the creation process. So, at least that's how I would see it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, at some should be the end of that one volume.
I
As
agree with
one of the
that.
famous artists says, every piece goes through an ugly stage before completion. Yes,
I would agree with that. Because, well, that's what first drafts are for. That's what red ink is for. If you don't correct
oh
what
yeah.
you've got to make it pretty, then, well, you must have thought it too good for that, and not everybody's going to like it. They're going to find errors.
Yeah, there's
Or
been a couple of times where Paul and I are like, it would be better if we did this, but it's that way because I have a point later. I'm like, okay, can we at least take out the and?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that the the next one that comes out, there was a lot of thought that went into it, but a lot of rethinking over and over because I come to realize that I can only send so many words at one time before the device cuts me off. So there was always a question of why does this sentence end like this? It wasn't supposed to, but it did.
Well, I
Yeah, I
didn't
get that.
know that.
Neither
That's
did
why.
I. I I
Well, that's why.
I had to rewrite so much over and over, and that's frustration of writing. And you know
It
what?
is.
But it gives you the opportunity for you to go ahead and look at it and relook at it again and see if that's exactly the way you wanted it to go. And for the life of me, I can't even remember what the what the one character's name is. I can't. I would have to go through to actually rethink of that. But
Well, that's
it's
normal too.
and that's the thing. It's this story has been done. So whenever somebody goes and they're like, "Oh, well, let's talk about this." I'm like, I almost have to relook at mine because I don't remember.
That's why we do the thing where we read it back to you and tell you to
Oh yeah.
tell us what
And
to do.
and it works for me. It works for me, and I'm very grateful that you guys have patience when it comes down to this because like what Mike said, there's got to be an ugly point before you actually get to the masterpiece.
I'm willing with all of my authors to take the time and be patient as long as they're not yelling and screaming at me, because now that is a different topic. But I'm willing to be patient with them because most of the time, that little bit of patience is going to bring out what they need for their story to be good.
Mhm.
And
That is why we try to comply.
So I got a question here for you, Jenny. What story have you done that you can remember had a frustrating moment and you didn't know if you wanted to redo so much of the story or if you just want to get it done and over with?
That would be the one I read on the last Corpse Garden Chronicles. The night we or the day no, the day after we laid her down to rest or the night after we laid her down to rest. I got to the part where they were rocking the little ones and crying and she was just watching that part repeat in time
Mhm.
in that room and um I got stuck there for a bit and I wanted to finish it. I felt like I needed to finish it, but I had no idea how to finish it. It took me a good 2 or 3 months to let myself try and get through it because it was based on 2 or 3 real events mashed together, and the pain of where it was. I'll never be able to go back there again. It burnt
Okay.
down. So yeah, that one I wanted to finish it and I wanted to leave it all at the same time.
There's just points in a book that you create and it's just like I don't know if I want to be here or if I just want to skip it or if I just want to be done or I want to rework it. It just some parts in a book it just doesn't settle right well with you. Um and I get it. Trust me. I am an artist was one of them for me.
Yeah, because knowing that is how a couple of my uncles and aunts died in real life, and I would never have gotten to meet them because they died really young. Just yeah, it's hard. And the I am an artist, that is one hell of a story.
It really was.
I mean, everybody's got a little masterpiece inside of them.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to figure out how to get it to come out.
That brings up another question. Has there ever been a character that you've written that you really despised? I mean, straight up hated. Either one of you, I'm
Um,
curious on.
A character, right?
Yes.
He's not been put down on paper, but yes. Yes. And he's in a book that is a slow process on this book. And once he arrives, he does it just because he does it. He doesn't have rhyme or reason, and it, yeah. So when that actually comes out and everybody actually gets to look at this, they will probably know how much I dislike this person or this character, and
um,
somewhat I hope everybody doesn't like him either. But he's a necessary.
yeah. Sage's dad and stepmother, especially the stepmother. She kicked her out in the rain after her mom, the stepmother's mom, tries to give her a message, and uh, she thinks somehow Sage is doing it, even though she was standing right there next to her the whole time.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Oh, I've got to hear. Who's yours, Patty?
The villain in the second zombie book Serena's writing. He's really an asshole. And I'm having trouble writing him because he's such an asshole.
Do you need tips from an asshole?
I might. I don't know.
Just
It,
call me. I can be an arrogant one.
well, this guy's. He was a cop and he beat his wife and left her for dead and almost got away with it too because his buddies in the police force were standing up for him, hey, he didn't do it. But then his daughter turned him in and testified against him. And so he pretty much abandoned his daughter, who was only like 9 or 10 at the time. And now that the zombies are taking over the world that they're in, he's turning into a very Negan-esque style character, and I don't like him.
Um, I have a pet that I want to put into a book at some point, and I've got to have a really terrible, horrible person to attach this pet to. And the pet's name is Ego.
Oh God,
That
that
way
sounds
they can
amazing.
that way they can pet their own ego.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
This
you
guy would
know how
enjoy that. Yeah.
horrible it is when there's a pet named Ego. That the only reason he's. By the way, I have a cat named Stain. Actually, it's my daughter's cat. That's the only reason she could keep it. If I gotta name it, I named it Stain. That way I could teach it. You gotta jump up here. So, yeah, figure it out.
But
I'm not apologizing for it.
no, no, no. Why would you?
I have it.
Awesome.
I'm having, and so many people have been like, yeah, but yeah, I just this has got this pet in the pet name has to be attached to somebody that is just absolutely terrible, just so he can look at them and pet his own ego.
Yeah, yeah. Most of my villains so far have not had that level of evil to them. So the more I'm just liking him, the better off he is actually turning out to be. But ugh, I really don't like him.
Well, I the one character I can. It's plain and simple. The character's name is Death. I mean, there's a purpose for him. There is, but
There's always a purpose for death. It's whether anybody sees it or not.
it's this one is just I can do it, so I do it. But that is just how it's got to play for this character to even grow even more. Other than that, you got another question for our wonderful Friday? Because, I can come up with some random ones.
Please do.
I kind of am curious about the random questions, actually.
I'm just saying, there are some randoms. Have you ever come across a book that you opened up and you did not want to finish? Just because you didn't want to see the end?
I didn't want the book to come to an end, or I did not finish it because I didn't
Because
like the book.
you didn't want to see the end, be it a good ending, a bad ending. You were at a point where you're just like, no.
Um. hmm. Okay, there's this one book I don't want to end because the author. I haven't read the last couple of chapters because the author hasn't finished the next part, and I just really love the world. Um. Um. Confluence. Confluence by Nairi Bacallion or Bacallion. I don't know. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but everything by that woman I have loved. But I absolutely love the Good Doctor's Confluence and Grey Dawn the most. And I didn't want either world to end, but she gives you more in like short stories for Grey Dawn. But I haven't finished the last bit of Confluence because I can't bring myself to let it end.
That's fair enough. That goes along with the lines. Could be good, could be bad. You haven't brought yourself to.
Mine's probably going to get a lot of hate, but I couldn't finish it because I got to a certain scene and I was like, nope. Twilight. I got to the baseball scene and sparkling vampires. That was it.
Oh,
Could not do it. I tried. I really gave it the final try, but I got to that scene and I was like, nope.
I have not watched the movie. I've not got to Audible to do this. I have not. I'm a person that if you're going to read a book, that's awesome. But if you're going to watch a movie, there's got to be some type of separation because the interpretation of what someone is seeing in a book when they're reading it to the interpretation of this. Yeah, I just it's like I don't want to read or have Harry Potter read to me because I've seen some of the movies. Now, Harry Potter's one of those things that I can talk to my daughter about, and she's got little circle glasses, so I look at her and tell her all the time she's a wizard, Harry, and she goes, "I'm not a boy, it's Harriet." So, but
Um,
that's just my
Now I
opinion.
now you have the song from the baseball scene stuck in my head.
sorry.
There's this one Warwick guy who parodies the whole thing, and I think I've watched more of his parodies than of the movies lately. But I can say I have finished all the books and I have watched all the movies. Tyler Warwick, I love his parodies of Twilight.
Sparkle, sparkle.
I am one who has always believed you read the books first, then you watch the movies because the books always have more than the movies.
Mhm.
Harry Potter, the movies did not have half of what was in the book. Um, and it goes for most of them. So before I watch any movies, I always read the books. I read the books for the Hunger Games series first. I read the books for the 50 Shades, but I didn't go watch the movies because the books were bad enough. I felt like I had been a little too in depth in that series to want to follow through. But um, the movies were trending, so I went and got the Twilight book, and no, I got as far as the baseball scene, and I'm an old D&D nerd. Vampires don't fucking sparkle.
I will tell you, and the best parody I've ever seen when it talked about 50 Shades of Grey is when they were talking about the new release on Audible. Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh God.
And I was like, oh, yes. As he goes, and he says, I asked if it was going to be what you wanted. And all I could say was, yes, a little more. He put my finger in the spot. And I was like, yes, you just destroyed it for so many people, and I love it. Then Gilbert Godfrey passed away, but I'm just saying, Gilbert Godfrey reading that book,
Oh, I
I
imagine.
would have downloaded it.
Yes, I imagine that would have been hilarious.
I would have. I would have downloaded it just to hear Gilbert Gottfried sing it or reading that one.
Is there anybody that you ever imagine reading your book, Jenny?
I would like to have, to be honest, uh, well, I've had a nightmare about Stephen King reading my book and throwing it in the fireplace because it was horrible. Does I don't know if that counts.
No,
This is
no,
the
that
worst
doesn't
ghost
count,
story I've
but
ever read.
it wouldn't happen, I'm telling you. But I can see that being a nightmare. Oh my God.
He'd be like, yoink. uh,
Seriously, I just want somebody to read it and not hate them. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
I get you. My answer's a little more clearer. I don't believe anybody would read mine, but you guys have told me that you have, and I appreciate that. And I know there's other people that have copies out there because I've given them copies, but there again, um, giving a copy doesn't mean that you open the pages. That just meant like, hey, look, got a book.
Yeah. Books make nice decorations for some people.
Yeah, like I have copies of my own books that I've done, and I just look at them and go, hey, look, they're pretty. But I want them to be where in the future somebody can come across it and go, well, this is interesting.
I don't think I ever, when I started writing, had this idea of who my reader would be. I think it's something that a lot of authors don't really think about until later. And it's something that eventually all of us should think about because there's always a reader out there for everybody. Everything that's written has a reader. It's just a matter of finding them.
That's so true because never did I think I would ever find somebody that read the instructions to a VCR. But found someone that read the instructions to a VCR.
I did back in the 80s.
Just saying, it's one of those things that I guess mine is a lot different just because the situation I've been given.
Yes.
Word comprehension need not to apply, but me taking a photo and having something read it to me, yay, score. I could tell you what a warning label says. It says, warning, don't eat that. But I can't tell you all of the mumbo jumbo that goes along with it. And in fact, the word Tua was not a active thinking word until I was given a thing that says Hawk Tua.
I'm not even sure what Tua means. Hmm.
It's something my son gave me.
That's actually cool.
Every time he tells me, you're having a bad day, make sure you read that.
It's it's in
I've,
reference to a sexual joke during intimacy. The whole phrase "haftua," where you
mhm.
Okay.
on the appendage of your male partner,
Oh,
and
I
then
guess you learn
you either
something every
use
day.
your you either use
Yes,
your hand or another part.
there's
Now,
even a Tua girl.
I've actually
Oh,
heard a drag queen that I used to follow. He's no longer with us, but back in the day, he used to say, "If it isn't spit, it isn't love." So,
I think
Hey, we
how
brought
is
up 50
Raz
Shades
not
of
here and
Grey,
I'm
so
giving a lesson?
yeah, yeah.
Raz isn't here and I'm giving a lesson. How is this working?
and you're doing so wonderful. Now I need you to point up on the map.
Yes, I'm dancing around words because I am not alone. There are very I am not alone and there's very young so I'm
Right,
dancing
right.
around. Hopefully it's a good ballet move.
Hopefully.
Yeah, fair enough. I just figured it had a picture. It was self-explanatory.
Yeah. I just I thought it was cool because of what it said. I didn't actually pay attention to the picture.
So, yeah, Enough with 50 Shades of Grey. We can move. Jenny, you're
Yeah,
doing a
yeah.
wonderful job. Congratulations. So what's your favorite character out of all your characters?
Ooh, I
Score with
keep
a
going back
good
to
question.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday. My bad,
Well,
Friday.
I keep asking this thing. No, I keep going back to my character Friday
Oh,
because
are we?
basically Friday is technically me and Liz is Martha.
Oh, so we're using our superhero names.
Well, that was the name of the character before I became Friday on here. You know,
I
you
get
know
you.
what I didn't do for the show?
Oh,
What?
I've been on here
censor
the
me.
full entire time. I'm not. I'm censoring me because somebody can hear me.
That's
I haven't censored any of y'all because he can't hear you.
that's a plus.
Okay, are we supposed to be censoring ourselves?
No,
No, it's
maybe.
technically 18 years and older.
That's
Okay.
a,
I forgot to play the thingy. I just wanted to. I was trying to get it going because the I have yet. This is the first time I've made any type of intro for the show, and we're like 7, 8 in episodes in.
We'll
I'm
figure it
still
out.
playing with it.
We'll
Yeah, I
figure it
can
out.
always
It's not
get
a big
better.
deal.
Kyle says he's going to make me a better one with beautiful people, and I agree
beautiful
with this.
people, beautiful
That
people.
Mike said.
Yes, that's actually what I was referring to, but I liked your answer, so I left it alone.
You
So
people are the one asking the questions here. I'm the guest this
I
time.
I know.
I know, and
And this is
trust
the
me,
first time I've done this without help, so I mean, not that he's
I'm
You
not
have
help, but
bouncing.
help.
I mean you.
I'm bouncing around because you know it's one of those things that we love our we love our Jenny. We
Yes.
always love our Jenny, without
And
a
our
doubt.
Jenny keeps us straight.
Jenny's
Yes,
trying.
and we appreciate
Jenny
Jenny
is
so much,
organized.
and no one should ever say that she doesn't put 110.77% into things.
Right.
But as you being an author in all your book works and this and that, have you ever got done with a story, set it off, and then all of a sudden said, "No, I should have added this."
Oh, yeah. I did that recently. This last story I sent to Patty. I sent off what I had, and I'm like, you know what? There's a whole lot I could have added in that section to make it better. So I sent her a second draft and said, complete second draft. And yeah, there's probably more I could do to it, but I was giving it a bit of time to rest before I moved on. Because
Well,
this is
that's
the
the
first
fun
time
thing.
I've ever wrote the death of a princess.
That's the fun thing, especially with the anthologies. What was sent to me has roughly a month because I have to have everything back roughly at the middle, like the 15th of April, to be able to do the publication of it. So this weekend, I'm going to be doing the editing suggestions and sending that out. And then you'll have almost a month to do whatever you're going to it before I have to worry about it. So if you're going to add to it,
Yeah.
you have time.
Well, you've
So
already seen like three different versions of the poem that I wrote for the Wonderland thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you accepted any of the Serena poems.
Were they sent in for this or not?
They were sent in general.
I probably
They were
accepted them,
sent
but I
in.
don't know if they got in for this because I don't know what they might not have been listed for this. I
Okay,
don't know.
well, you have the everything I have typed up right now in that last document as a
Yes.
whole, because I can't remember which ones I sent in before as I got them done last year. Because I sent in a whole bunch last year to go in, but I never received anything back other than that you and the lovely boyfriend liked them.
I will go through them again and double check and maybe add a couple in. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay,
Okay,
because
it's just not accepted that way. They're still accepted the other way, so I'm good.
yeah.
So, my next question for you, okay? And this is not relevant exactly. It could be. Just depends. What is your favorite color of duct tape?
Oh, that one's hard because I don't. Okay, I like the one where it's leopard print on the pink backing, but I am
Okay.
a sucker for any printed duct tape. Like all of Granny's antiques at the moment, the ones that are supposed to go in the hut are in diaper boxes with sock monkey duct tape. So I know those are Granny's stuff. So uh
Is it
pink with
wrong that
leopard print.
I sat here and thought, does it have to be duct tape? Because for me, I've got purple duct tape downstairs, but the tape I actually use is Gorilla Tape because duct tape comes off too easy.
I use
I can
the
I can give you that, but Gorilla Tape does not have the
design.
amount of different stuff. But I will. Every time I hear the word granny, I think of Ponderosa now.
Oh,
Is that a bad thing?
Jenny knows why. Because of that cake.
the
Cake? Now I'm curious. There's a story here.
You just said granny 4 times, and all I
I
could think
know.
of was, oh, no. And
I
as soon
can't
as you got
help
done,
it.
I was just like, oh,
You
that.
you asked.
I know,
You
I
did
did,
it to
but
us, and now you must
I,
tell the
I'm,
story.
I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. If I must tell the story, it is no longer a story as much as it is a legend. The legend of the Ponderosa yellow cake with chocolate icing, which is called the Granny Panty Dropping Cake. Many that go to Ponderosa know this cake. In this cake is one of those that you just wait for the right piece. As I witnessed a granny walking up, making sure that she picked out her favorite piece, her one totally desired piece. Turning around to go back to the table where she had come from. What do we see? But there it is. Granny's panties drop down. She takes the cake, shakes off the panties, takes the cake back to her table, drops it off, walks over, grabs them, rolls them up, slaps it underneath her arm like a newspaper on a Saturday morning, walks back to her table, and jams them right into her purse. Only Ponderosa will have the panty dropping cake. But the granny panty dropping cake has been told on many different podcasts in the last couple of years. So people are starting to believe that the story is not true. But I will tell you, it's true. And some granny out there, she knows it's true too, because it was her panties that dropped that day.
Later, after this finishes processing, I'm going to download this. I am going to cut that out. And I am going to put it on the traveling owl page.
Please tag me in it when
So,
you do so that I can share that because it's hilarious.
good night, Mike. Now
Night,
remember,
Mike.
give me a day that you can give me half an hour to get you on the show.
Oh man.
I want this cake now.
Yeah, I do too. I don't even wear granny panties and I want that cake.
And the thing is, me and one of my friends witnessed this. We'd seen it. We both jaw dropped and said, "Oh my." And it continued because as soon as it was all said and done, he jumped into a podcast, into the chat room, and he even made the comment about tell the story about the granny panty dropping cake. So this has gone on. It's been told many different times. And the beautiful thing about this is there's non-believers, so now it becomes a legend.
I'm going to end up telling this to my people in the other room, and they are not going to believe me.
I'm telling you, Ponderosa is the only one that has a yellow cake with chocolate icing that's enough and powerful to drop the panties from Granny.
Dang. That is,
Well, you
I'm
can always go on Facebook and show him this. Well,
yeah.
show them.
Oh, I'm definitely going to believe me. It's just they're still not going to believe me.
I'm sending my friend a message right now. So once again, we have spoken the legend of the Granny Panty dropping cake. He's going to see that and he's going to laugh. Oh, thank God for Ponderosas. Uh, oh, yeah. So, going back to, different questions dealing with books. Do you think we'll ever have a anthology about different random uh, moments that we have witnessed? Like the panty dropping cake.
I might be able to arrange that.
Just tell me.
I I can make it really easy on file and get the um transcript. That way we just have to adjust it into type format, well, word format. And we have to add I'm going to write out as much as I can remember with a bit of embellishment of my dad's story of how he and my uncle got the boat stuck in the tree.
That's interesting. Now, this woman wanted this cake so much, and it had to be the right slice, that she was moving other slices of the cake around just so she could get that big piece. And sure as the heck, as soon as she got it, she dumped it, like dropped it on the side and picked it up and then put it on her plate. Like she was like the cat that finally got the canary. Turned around, made her approach to her spot, and she had her eyes locked on that spot. As we watched the struggle of her trying to get that cake, we could not let our eyes off of her. Not trying to be an eavesdropper, just she demanded unnecessary attention from just trying to get the cake. So when she slowly made her approach and they start slowly dropping down past her dress, all we could say was, am I witnessing what I'm witnessing? And the answer is yes. Now the question is, was it truly the panties or was it shorts underneath that dress? We'll truly never know, as much as she wrapped him up like a newspaper, stuck it under her arm like Sunday's best, and walked it over, jammed those things right in her purse, and devoured that cake.
I may make it this spring anthology next year. Because now I've got ideas.
uh, I'm just I'm just saying. I've never had something become such a memorable moment that so many people have been like, "Oh, you got to tell the story."
This is delved into a 30 squirrel nut episode. Have you noticed?
Yeah,
No, it
kind of.
hasn't, because it's over an hour long, and Squirrel Nut shuts down at 30 minutes. One
Yeah,
hour,
but
3 minutes.
it is delved into a pastel then.
That it has. We were doing so good, but the person that's in charge is the one that's answering the questions and didn't get a chance to crack the whip and put us back in our right lane.
Yeah, that happens.
But if you want to hear more about these stories and many others, where should people find you, Jenny?
Where should people find me? I'm everywhere. I am everywhere. I pretend to be other people. You'll never know if I'm me or somebody else. So, yeah. But either way, I have a author page, Jennifer Elliott. I have unprinted pages and Corpse Garden Chronicles YouTube pages. The Corpse Garden Chronicles Facebook page is my other, and Friday with Library in the Blue Box. Those are all my main pages, and in the background, you're going to hear the sound effects of a little man building random things.
Hi, Dante.
Patty says, "Hi, Dante."
I
He
miss you,
says,
little
"Hi."
man.
Kyle says he misses you.
But yeah. So, any other questions? Because I think we made our quota with this.
Yeah, I think we're
Yep.
good. I'd say just look for more author talk with Jenny in it, and more coming from Fakor.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm just telling you, um, any thoughts I can leave with you? I hope you think of Gilbert Godfrey. Going to going
Yeah.
to read your favorite erotic books.
Oh God.
That is like, wow. Alrighty. I suppose we should hit the end button, huh?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
This guy should really read your books.